let's go, here we go. Okay, this is my last time out here tonight now. Look what I got in the silent auction. Pretty good, eh? It's well, I don't need the ball retriever from the water, but the balls would be good. In case I don't need the ball retriever for the water. Anyway, I'm gonna hang on to that. So, what I want to do for you now, I'm gonna be right quick. This is my last time out tonight, and you won't see me no more until next year. Unless I've got a few updates along the way. I'll throw some more things up on the Me Too for you. And so what I want to do with you tonight now, I'm right into the technology now. Right? I'm gone OD on the technology. I mean, I just discovered a lot of it a little while ago, and so I thought I'd go out and get myself my first computer. So I went to the Future Shop over there in Barry on the way up. And I told the buddy there, I said, listen, I want a computer because I'm getting right into the technology. And because I want to do these little stuff, you know, throw on the MeTube and keep everybody up to date as what I'm doing. So I went in there and they got this thing, this company called Apple, the most uncreative company you ever heard of. They can't even come up with different names for their stuff. Everything is iPod and iPad and this and that. So anyway, I got the iPad and took it out tonight just, you know, check it out, see how things are going with it. And see how it goes. So I took it in. I said, listen, I want a computer. So I went in there, you know, being ready into the technology and everything. Got the Blueberry phone and you know, just good to go. Eh? I mean, it's really good. So he got up the laptop for me, and he opened her up, and I said, no, I don't know a thing about any of it. So you're going to have to show me. He said, so well, the first thing you got to do, he said, you got to boot it up. And I looked and I said, boot it up. He said, yeah, I mean, looking at me so proud. I think, I mean, he was like looking at someone that a little youngster taking their first steps, never walked before. You know, me so great with computers. Boot it up. So I added in about 10 pieces before he stopped me. And after we got that all straightened out and got back on track again, he got another computer, and I understood what he was talking about. Now he wanted me to start it. Why couldn't he just say, start it? So after he booted it up, he looked at me, he said, now log on. I said, you don't want me to boot it up? Well, he wants me to throw a log on it. I mean, that's what we used to do in the winter. You know, you get up in the mornings, it was freezing, you go throw a log on, warm the house up a little bit. But anyway, I started to get it all straightened out, getting all virtue. Now I'm logging on to the internet, and I'm jumping into the web, and I'm on the MeTube, and I've got three things on the MeTube. Now you can jump on, you know, just put in Rafey is going on to the beach, and Rafey's making his way, and you'll search for Rafey, and you'll see me on the MeTube. So I'm going to put a few more things on there. So I uses me Blueberry, you know, just a little few video clips and stuff like this, throws them up on the MeTube, and jumps on, tells all my fans. What I wants to do is go virtual. I mean, you're telling this young singer, I mean, I talked about it on the MeTube the other day, little young fella, I mean, he got on the MeTube and he started doing all kinds of songs and everything, and, you know, he combs his hair all forward like that. Like a hen in a hailstorm, that's what that looks like. Anyway, he got so popular out there, saying he makes a couple $100 a night now. So I figures if I can go virtual, I mean, I could make a couple of bucks doing that. But anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. Here too, especially for the guys, because you know what, guys, we need lots of help in enhancing our relationships and making our marriages strong, and you know, keeping the missus happy. You know what they say? Hey, happy wife, happy life. Happy missus, lots of kisses. So I have developed some expertise over these last few years, you know, some trial and error, and you know, a few errors, and lots of trials. And through trial and error and experience, like I said, I'm just a self-taught learner. I've learned to get inside the female mind. And I've been able to comprehend the emotions and the thinking, and been able to respond to help, you know, to help guys just do the proper things that they need to do to have a good relationship with the missus. So, one of the things that me and the missus, you know, over the years, we've had a few rough spots here and there, you know, ups and downs and bumps and bruises and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, she's not here this year. She had to work. So here's the thing about it. I'm going to tell you some stuff about me and the missus tonight, but I'm only going to tell you one condition: can't leave this room. So I'm going to trust you now that some of you sees her anywhere that you're not going to say anything. And so, you know, this is the kind of stuff, because if you leave, this is the kind of stuff that causes trials. So marriage, you know, when you get married, it teaches you a lot of things. It teaches you about loyalty, it teaches you about patience, self-control, and all kinds of other stuff that you wouldn't have needed if you stay single. for the time. I mean, I made a lot of mistakes and I learned through it and I did a lot of things, you know, that caused her to, you know, not think too good of me. I mean, there was times we had bad winter a couple years ago. And my brother-in-law called up one day and he said, how's the snow down there? I said, my son, we've had a snow squall for 2 days. Well, we don't call it a squall. It's just, you know, a storm for 2 days. I said, it's piling up, piling up. I said, the wife's been looking through the kitchen window. I said, she looks discouraged and downtrodden and depressed and a bunch of other D words. And I said, I don't know what I'm going to do. I said, if it gets any worse, I'm going to have to let her in. Now, those kind of things causes trials. She left me one time, up and left. She had enough. She said, that's it. I'm leaving. She was in the house. She said, I'm going out to get a quart of milk. She never come back. My buddy come over a couple of days later. He said, I wasn't too happy about it. He said, how's things going? I said, well, not good. I said, the missus left a couple of days ago to get a quart of milk, never come back. He said, how you been making out? Well, I said, you know what? I've been drinking that powdered stuff. Hoping she'll come back with the milk someday, you know, sometime. So, now, some of the things that happened to God's we had fights. I mean, like everybody else, you know, we have a squab every now and then, and you get over, kiss, make up, go on. We had a few of them, and I'm going to tell you some stuff. I'm not proud of it, but I mean, it's just the way it is. Like, everybody has it. We was down, you know, we had a real bad winter one day, so we said, well, first time, we said, let's go down to Florida for winter. So we gets down there, and I mean, it's sunny and balmy, and we're sitting out one night, and the stars is out, and the moon is shining, and I mean, just one of them nice nights, we're sitting behind this palm tree. And we're sitting there, and while we're sitting there, this young couple comes out, you know, young love, and I could see a little box in his hand, you know, when he was out, and they sat down, and he was getting all snuggly and everything, and the missus looked at me, and she said, he's going to propose to her. She said, whistle and warn him so he knows we're here. He said, I said, why should I do that? Nobody whistle and warn me. And that's how the fight started. One Christmas, I bought my mother-in-law a cemetery plot for Christmas. So the next year I didn't buy her nothing. And the wife looked at me, she said, how come you didn't buy mother nothing for Christmas this year? I said, well, she didn't use what I gave her last year. And that's how the fight started. Then a couple of years ago, our 25th anniversary come up from high school. She said, you know what, I'd like to go back and see all the old crowd and stuff back, you know, go back home, go to the 25th anniversary. So I said, oh, yeah, that'd be okay, you know. So we get back there, you know, with all the old people, and we're sitting around at the table, and she keeps looking across the room at this fellow over sitting at the table, drinking. I mean, he was sloshed all night. I said, who's that fellow over there? She said, that's my old boyfriend. She said, I heard, he said, when we split up, he started drinking and never stopped since. I said, boy, that's amazing. It would take somebody to celebrate that long. And that's when the fight started. Then one summer, the lawnmower broke down. She kept hitting around to me. You know, you got to fix the mower. And, you know, like everybody, all the guys, you know, like more things was more important than fixing the mower. So, you know, fishing out in the boat, working out in the shed, all this stuff more important to me. So she really wanted to make a point one day. So I come home, and there she was out in the yard, down on her hands and knees with a pair of scissors cutting the grass. So I went over, I stood up, I looked at her for a while, and, you know, I went in the house and come back out and I handed her a toothbrush. She said, what's that for? I said, well, when you finish that, you may as well sweep the driveway. And that's when the fight started. A couple months ago, sitting down watching TV, one night she come down, you know, snuggled right up to me. She said, what's on TV? I said, dust. And that's when the fight started. Our anniversary was coming up. She was hitting around. She said, you know what, for our anniversary this year, I'd like to have something shiny that goes from 0 to 150 in 3 seconds. So I bought her a set of vacuum scales. And that's how the fight started. A little while ago, she's in the bedroom, we're sitting around, you know, just chatting like we were, and she starts looking in the mirror, and, you know, she got all depressed, and she said, you know what, I'm not happy. She said, I looked in the mirror, she said, you know what, I feel horrible. She said, I look old and fat and ugly. She said, I need you to pay me a compliment. And I thought about it for